Chat, what up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Yo, W's in the chat, man. Shout out to everybody. Let's get in here right quick. We have a exciting day today, chat. Tomorrow I'm going to LA tomorrow morning. So this is my last day in Miami until I go to Miami next week. I mean, go to LA next week. W's in the chat, man. 100 days of streaming. We at day 10. The days are going by fast. We at day 10, chat. It's going down, man. Today I have a special IRL stream for y'all. Somebody is putting me on a blind date with another female streamer. I don't know who it is, chat. Um, so I don't know who it's gonna be, but tonight I will be going on a blind date with another female streamer on IRL. Okay, so be ready for that later tonight. We're gonna do an IRL stream later tonight, and I will be on a blind date with another female streamer. Hey, I'm Anthony. I'm gonna keep it a buck. We're gonna speak on that though. When everybody get in here, we're gonna speak on the incident that happened yesterday, which was a serious incident. A lot of people were joking about it. A lot of people were laughing about it. A lot of people even said it was scripted. But I wouldn't play. I wouldn't play about nothing like that. That's not nothing to play about. Yesterday was a very serious situation. Um, Today that it got worse too. I'm gonna tell y'all that. I'm gonna tell y'all that that situation yesterday had got worse. It got it's been a crazy day, but I thank God that it's been ironed out hopefully for now, and I can move forward. But that situation yesterday was not a situation to play with. It's crazy when you're a man, chat. Everything is a joke. You know what I'm saying? Had that would have been the opposite sexes in a situation like that, it would have been they would have been taken more serious. But because we're men and people don't really care that much about men as far as when it comes to situations like that, being harassed or being stalked, people take it very lightly. You get what I'm saying? So yesterday's situation, everything that you seen on the stream was real. It was legit. I never met that woman a day in my life. Didn't know who she was. Didn't know where she came from. So she found where out my location. She got in that gym. She approached me. She didn't care who I was with. It was just a weird situation, chat. It was an extreme situation, and I never experienced no shit like that a day in my life. Get what I'm saying? But yeah. Sub goal 250 subs, chat. I told you I'm gonna bring you guys a yacht stream once I reach 250 subs, chat. So for all my Twitch followers, let's run up the subs. Let's get to that first goal, that first milestone, so we could do some fun activities for my streams, man. I'm trying to have you guys tapped in on some top-notch streams. Um, W's in the chat for the YouTube. I have a new vlog coming soon, so stay tuned for that. I'm putting together some quality content so we could put together a fire vlog. You know what I mean? But Rich, so what happened yesterday? I came across my first stalker. I came across my first stalker at the gym. I was in the middle of a stream, and a woman approached me that allegedly, well, that is my stalker. Um, she she felt like she was married to me for 3 years, Chad. That's what she told my cameraman, that we were married for 3 years. I was her husband. You know, mental health is real, Chad. I'm gonna just be real with you. People be going through some mental things. Mental health is really real. I just pray that woman could get some help, because man, that was insane. You said, bro, why this stream so early yesterday? I was whacked out. I couldn't rock. What? Capital Islam, yeah, I'm cool. Like I said, I'm cool with a lot of streamers, but it's just a matter of the right time, chat. Like right now, I'm in grind mode. You feel me? So I'm the type of person like I like to reach out and have those collabs when it makes sense. Like I just need to make some noise by myself, gain some traction on my own, and then I could start, using my connections. I've never been uh piggyback the clout type of dude. You feel what I'm saying? I make the clout. I could create my own motion, and then we can meet in the middle where it makes sense. That's how you do good business, chat. Mendoza, why would I do that? I would never go to Pop the Balloon on YouTube. I don't need to do that. That's for people that need the clout, that would need to build their platform. I don't feel a need to go on Pop the Balloon. That would be hustling backwards, chat. I didn't get this far to go on Pop the Balloon. No, for real. Yeah, and what is it? Barzito, you're right. Barzito said crazy mental health something you should not take for granted. People really struggling out here. And honestly, that should be something that we should be grateful for, when just to be in your right mind, just to wake up in your right mind. You get what I'm saying? Some people are schizo. I have a few brothers that's schizophrenic, and they're not in their right mind. So just the to have the freedom, or just have the privilege to be in your right mind, and you're not tripping or tweaking, or you don't have like fake stories in your head that you really believe and act on. Imagine that, chat. So it's just, the small things you need to be grateful for. Well, Mendoza, I don't see that. I feel like a guy like me, that's like something maybe that you would do, but I don't see the value in going on Pop the Balloon. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't see the value with my brand, how that would help my brand. How, you know what I'm saying? Like, if anything, if I go on Pop the Balloon, I'm helping their platform. You said you was gonna get an Apple Watch there. I think it's the best thing to get, bro. To be honest with you, especially if you're on your fitness journey. I love tracking my calories, my steps. I love my Apple Watch. Yeah, that's how you, like, honestly, it's the best. Like, you track your steps on it. That's the best thing for it. Man, shout out to King Rod 333 with the one gifted. We a step closer to 250 subs, chat. Shout out to King Rod. Matter of fact, hold on. No, not King Rod with the five gifted. Hold up. Let me hold on. King Rod with the five gifted. Not say one gifted. King Rod 333 W's in the chat with the five gifted. He want to see me hit my goal, chat. Shout out to King Rod. You feel what I'm saying? I appreciate you, bro. I'll be seeing you in my chat all the time, man. Appreciate the support, man. We running it up. Day 10 of 100 days of streaming. Um, Tonight I will be doing a blind date IRL. So stay tuned for that, chat. That's gonna be a fun stream tonight. You know what I mean? Right before I get on my flight headed to LA tomorrow. We're going IRL in LA. You know what I mean? It's a big day on Sunday. I'm surprising you guys. I ain't gonna say too much. I got invited to LA, and I'll be streaming and vlogging some good content. Hopefully, I get some good collabs out in LA too. So stay tuned for my LA trip. I'll be out there for almost a week, and then the goal is to come back to Miami next weekend a little bit, and then I'm gonna shoot out to Houston, chat. Hit that Houston rodeo. Spring break in Houston. Get outside. I miss Houston. So we're gonna pop out in Houston. Hopefully, I get some good streaming collabs with some Houston influencers. So I'm putting that out there. Any Houston influencers, that want to see me collab with, reach out to them, let them know King 68 will be in Houston at some point, and let's get it done. You know what I mean? So what's good? Jaja, what's good, bro? 668, what's your opinion on being lonely but still staying focused on a success to win in zero social interaction? To win in zero social interaction, you fuck with it or you're against it. What's your opinion on being lonely, bro? It's okay to be lonely, bro. Sometimes, like, you gotta understand, like, there's sometimes in life it pays to be lonely. Like, I'm gonna let you know this. There's a reason why you're lonely. Like, you have to be lonely to be able to find yourself sometimes. So yes, sometimes being lonely is a gift, bro. You don't need the crowd, you don't need the noise, you don't need the opinions. You feel what I'm saying? To cloud your judgment. Sometimes you have to get alone, get by yourself, meditate on life, so you could have a better perspective, so you could reflect on who you are around, and you could like figure out who's real and who's not. Sometimes when you step away and you get isolated, you wake up and you learn things. And honestly, the best part about it is when you isolate yourself. Like I advise you guys, right? Take some time to isolate yourself and isolate yourself from even reaching out to certain people that you think is close to you. You'll be surprised who don't even check on you, chat. So sometimes isolation really shows you who really cares about you and cares about your existence. When you isolate yourself and then you decide to step away, are there going to be people checking up on you? Like, you all right, bro? You good? I haven't heard from you in a minute. You straight? You know what I mean? How your mental health? Like, checking on you. You'll be surprised how many people reach out to you, you know, in concerns of you being missing. So just isolation is a gift. Is like you should never ever look at isolation as being lonely. Isolation is a gift, and if you use it the right way, it'll wake you up to certain things that's happening in your circle. Real mall picture. He said, yeah, bro, I stopped reaching out and lost all my friends. No funny shit. No, you didn't lose all your friends. You just lost all the people you thought were friends. You didn't lose no friends because you can't lose any real friends. Jack, if you have a real friend, there's no losing them. So if these are people that you thought were your friends, they just wasn't your friends. You thought they were your friends. So you did yourself a favor. Sexy switch. You said when you're in a club and not drinking and stuff, do you feel like I'm missing out? No, I felt very powerful. You get what I'm saying? I feel when you're living your life based on discipline, when you're out in the environment like the club, you look at it as a network opportunity. You don't look at it as a party, chat. Because at the end of the day, 80-90% of the people at the club isn't celebrating anything but killing themselves with poison. Chat. You get what I'm saying? When people go to the club, 9 out of 10 times they're not celebrating anything. They're just spending money. They're getting wasted, fucking their liver up, and they're there for people that are getting paid to be there, right? So to be honest with you, when you're in control of yourself and you go into these environments, you could see value outside of the party aspect of it, and you start to see drunk people that are sloppy, and you're like, yo, I don't want to be that. When think about it, when you're sober and you're in these environments and you're not indulging in the activities, you really see how sloppy and how undisciplined and just how stupid people look when they're drunk. Because when you're drunk, you don't see it. Nobody's gonna tell you that, especially if they're drunk with you. But when you're sober and you're sharp and you're there with purpose, you start realizing and seeing what this shit really is, chat. So no, I feel in control. I feel in control of myself. You know what I mean? When I'm in these environments and I'm sober. Because I'm not there to party. I'm there to network and I'm there to work. You get what I'm saying? Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all this, chat. Drinking is a man's biggest kryptonite. Whether you know it or not, whether you want to admit it or not, drinking is there's nothing good for drinking for a man. If you want to be a true man, quit drinking. I'm gonna be real with you. I've drank certain points in my life. I'm not even perfect. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the times that I was drinking, I can honestly say those were my most low vibrational moments. Drinking makes you have bad habits, bad eating habits, bad sleep. It's nothing good for you for a man to drink. There's nothing good that comes out of drinking for a man, chat. To be honest with you, beating up your liver, messing up your testosterone, fucking up your sleep, aging yourself, doing stupid things that you wouldn't do if you were sober. Uh, you know, it's pointless. To be honest with you, it's pointless. That's why I tell people like don't like. There's no point in going to the gym, chat, if you're a drinker. I'm gonna be real with you. If you bust your ass in the gym, you might find results, but if you're a drinker and you're drinking every weekend, you're drinking 2, 3 times per week, I would advise you just don't even go to the gym. Why would you even put your body through that, knowing that you're not going to get the results that you work so hard for because you have a drinking habit, chat? You fucking up your metabolism. Like, what's the point? Facts. That's the mindset. So, what could you do instead of drinking when you outside? Like um get through the uncomfortability of being sober and feeling awkward. That's what you need to do. Like work on getting used to being sober outside. That's it. Eventually, you build habits, right? So if you get in the habit of being sober while being outside, you get used to it. And then it becomes a situation where now you're not thinking, oh, I need to drink to have a good time, or I need to drink to be social. You just, you uncomfortably go through, the anxiety of being sober outside, or just be, or do something else. Don't go outside no more. Maybe that's your sign, right? If you feel like outside is boring when you're sober, then maybe it's your time to focus on something else. Put your energy and attention towards something else, and then you just stop going outside. How about that? J Bells, 1, 2, 3. I would say J Bell's actually is focusing on money or fitness more important. In my opinion, I feel like a man should establish his foundation with his health. Work like understanding the process of getting in shape, because what the characteristics it builds for a man, and the person you become when you accomplish things like that. A lot of men can't accomplish, which is building your physique and striving to be the best version of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. What the gym does for you, what being disciplined eating does for you, and being on point and trying to be the best version of yourself, what it does for you as a man, and how it changes you mentally, and then how it changes your character. It'll evolve into your finances perfectly. You feel what I'm saying? Because if you could be disciplined with your diet, you could be disciplined at the gym, and you could, like, let down the vices and create a great physique, then you'll be disciplined in your business and building your business. You'll be disciplined in making money and stacking money, and you saving money and investing money. You get what I'm saying? It goes hand in hand. So if you're not a disciplined person with your physical, then how you gonna be a disciplined person with your financial? K Machine, you said, are you gonna stay lean, or are you gonna bulk back up like before in some time? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't plan on. So this is my plan for my body right now, chat. I plan on cutting until I get 10% or lower. Once I'm at 10% or lower, I'm gonna look in the mirror and see if I like what I see. And then, yes, I will slowly bulk back up, but not a lot. See, a lot of times guys bulk up 20 pounds. I don't think I'm ever gonna bulk up 20 pounds. The most I'll bulk is 5 to 10 pounds. You know what I mean? So once I get down to like 235, 230, I don't plan on going above 245. I'll just stay, the max I'll go is 245, chat. Not yet, bro. I'm not really looking that deep into it yet. I just want to get to my goal. So right now, I'm just focused on reaching my my weight goal. Once I reach my weight goal, I'll probably do like a scan, like it's like a deck scan for my body to see what my body fat percentage is, what my BMI is, and everything. Once I reach my goal, and then I'll make adjustments based off of that. But right now, my main focus is to continue to eat healthy, continue to stay on my fasted cardio, lifting heavy, so I can maintain as much muscle as possible, and then eventually I'll go get a scan so I can see how much weight, how much body fat I lost, and everything else. Yes, Mendoza, I'm having an IRL blind date tonight, so I will be back on stream. I would say just look for me around 6:30 ish. I'm probably gonna do a little IRL right before we link up, and then the streamer and the person I'm going on a blind date with, I don't know yet. We'll stream together, I guess. So I'm looking forward to that. Block 3X, I appreciate the love, bro. Thank you. Appreciate that. That means a lot. Do I do calisthenics? Not nothing crazy, bro. I rock with like the basic calisthenics, push-ups, dips, pull-ups. I'm not doing nothing crazy right now. You know what I mean? Eventually I do. Eventually I want to play around and be able to do something crazy. You know what I'm saying? What would you say would be your mission complete with everything that you're doing? And when you think your mission will be completed, I'm honestly, bro, the mission will never be completed. Not, you feel what I'm saying? I just feel like the mission will never be completed. And then honestly, I don't really talk about my mission like that. I'm just, like I said, like, um, that's just between me and the Most High. You feel me? Like what I set out to do, um, I keep that sacred. And when I come on this platform and I chop it up with you guys, I'm giving y'all, my perspective. You feel me? I'm giving y'all organic, real energy. Um, what comes from it is, like hopefully I inspire one person to be the best version of themselves. I don't even if it's just one person, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? So uh, to be honest with you, the work never stops. No matter what age you are, it's never gonna stop, bro. You're always gonna want to learn in life. You know what I mean? That's what keeps you going. You're gonna always want to have things to accomplish. Like this shit don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Because once you reach one goal, then you have to set out for some more goals. So I'm just going with the flow of this. I'm enjoying myself. And what comes from it is gonna be whatever it comes from it. This is like I said, like content creation is literally your art. Whether people want to like know it or not, like content creation is art. You're putting yourself out there, you're putting your perspective out there, a piece of your mind out there, and you're letting the audience devour that. You get what I'm saying? Or you're letting your audience judge that, and everybody has a different perspective, and that's the beauty of content creation. Is like what you might think somebody is not going to agree with it. You get what I'm saying? Like just like if you went to a fucking art gallery and you look at a painting, what you see in that painting, if you had somebody with you, they would see that painting totally different than you did. So life is about perspectives, and that's what makes us all unique as human beings. As we all have our own unique perspective on things. You get what I'm saying? We get to share that with other people, and we have to respect that. We have to respect everybody's different perspectives, right? Yo, Johnny's there, bro. You know that was a serious situation yesterday. That shit is crazy. I'm not gonna even lie to you, bro. That shit is crazy. For real. But yes, tonight, chat. I just wanted to get on here and let you guys know that we're doing the IRL tonight. Um, I'll be in LA all next week for the most part, and yeah, I'm bringing you guys some new content, so I'm excited. Jay Bells, you can ask me that. I'm doing a Q&A at some point. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I usually do it on Fridays, but since I'm doing the IRL stream chat, I'm gonna do a Q&A on my website tomorrow for all my subscribers on kingenergy.club. So if you haven't subscribed to kingenergy.club, subscribe now. Tomorrow at 8 p.m., I will be doing a Zoom call with all my subscribers, and we're gonna be doing Q&As on the Zoom call. So pull up on me. Pull up on me on the Zoom chat. Kingenergy.club. Pull up on me on the stream. It's going down. What's your opinion on guys getting nervous around girls? I just that's a natural thing, especially if you're not comfortable being around girls. That's natural. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's how you act. After the nervousness. You know what I mean? You could feel the nervousness, but you don't allow that nervousness to handicap you. You get what I'm saying? You still could perform. Like Jordan said, before every basketball game, he would get butterflies, right, chat? But then once he got made his first shot or he got on that court and he got in his rhythm, he got confidence. So as long as you don't let that nervousness affect your performance, chat, because it's okay to be nervous. We're humans. We all have emotions, right? Like it's okay to be angry, but not react off the anger and put yourself in a position where you trick yourself out of life. You get what I'm saying? So, yes, we're human beings, so we're gonna feel emotions, but how you react and how you perform under pressure is the what makes you the man. So, yeah, if you're nervous around women, that's okay. But how you go about that and how you act on that is what makes a difference. It's okay to be shook sometimes, bro. But like the winners, they take action regardless. They're gonna take action if they're nervous. They're gonna take action if they don't feel confident. They're gonna go in for it. And then once you take action, you realize like, damn, it wasn't so bad. Once you realize it wasn't so bad, now you put a notch on your belt. You're like, okay, I can see myself doing this more. You know what I mean? Ken knows that I'm blessed, man. I can't complain. Life is good. Life is good. It's a beautiful day. Life is good right now, chat. Cane machine, there's no step by step, bro. It's just trial and error, bro. Everybody has to go through it. Like any hooper, like if you start shooting 500 shots a day, you might be shitty at first, but eventually you're gonna start feeling your form. You're gonna get your groove, and you're gonna start wetting them. You know what I mean? So I would say that's how I look at it. Like you take your, you keep shooting, and then you get better at shooting. You know what I mean? You're nervous today, but as you continue to put reps in, the more reps, the better. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, whenever you start feeling that nervous feeling, whenever you want to talk to a woman, like still act on it, and then you just understand that you might fail 100 times, bro, until you finally get it. You get what I'm saying? So it's just you gotta face that rejection, but at the end of the day, it's growing pains. It's just growing pains. She adores me. I like that. I'm look, bro. You actually reminded me. I need to set that up. So yeah, that cooking challenge with Desiree versus Algerian chick. That'll be a great stream. I need to bring that. I need to bring that to y'all. I haven't seen Algerian chick in a minute. I'm gonna have to bring her back for y'all. She been MIA. Collins, subscribe to KingEnergy.club if you want to know my colognes, bro. I have everything uploaded, bro. Go subscribe. KingEnergy.club. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving out the sauce, bro. But look, I'm about to get off here, chat. I need to eat. Um, we're gonna chop it up soon. Trail 187, I appreciate you, bro. I'm doing the IRL tonight, so pull up. It's going down. I'm out of here.